Lego at playtime for these children sheltering at a school just outside Beirut. They and their families are just a few of the more than 1 million people in Lebanon forcibly displaced by Israel's bombing campaign. The war has disrupted the education of nearly 400,000 internally displaced children and many others whose schools have either had to close for security reasons or are being used as shelters.
We teachers were not ready for this crisis. When the displaced people first arrived, the worst thing was their fear.
Classes at the neighbouring secondary school have now partially restarted. But there are students and staff from another school here too, because it's being used as a shelter for the internally displaced.
Okay, what do we do next?
Maths and science teacher Armani says insufficient resources are one of the basic problems they face.
Me as a teacher, I have some challenges regarding, for example, in my original school, we are used to use the LCD projector combining to our laptop in order to explain our lessons. And the opposite here, we do not have available materials to use.
One of Armani's new students is Lean. Israel's bombing forced her and her family to flee their home in the south, where she used to go to school.
It's very strange studying here. I used to be at a different school. It's totally different here, with different friends. It's very hard, but of course we'll try to get used to it. We'll become brothers and sisters and good friends soon.
While classes go on upstairs, there are a few displaced people sheltering on the ground floor. A mixture of fear and shame means they don't want to speak on camera, but they say they have nowhere to go. At least 340 public schools that have been used as shelters for families fleeing Israel's military campaign in Lebanon have reopened. However, there are many more like this one that are still being used as shelters for those worst affected by the war. The start of the school year was delayed by a month because of the war, but Lebanon's education system has suffered for years, chiefly because of the economic crisis.
And this current escalation has brought the education system to its knees.
This is where many of the displaced having to vacate schools may have no option but to go. Temporary accommodation is being built underneath the terraces of a Beirut sports stadium. A child's right to education is enshrined in international law, but both Israel and Hezbollah say a lasting ceasefire is a long way off, so that right is being threatened or completely denied. Stratford, Al Jazeera, Beirut.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.